I'm going to show you my essential tool bag kit that I have right here, what I got in it. I'm Caleb at Farm Boy RN, and I want to help you guys be practically prepared for everyday life. Let's get started. Channel locks are my first go-to tool. You adjust them to grab large or small items. I use them for plumbing, washer and dryer hookups. You can make them as small as that, so you can actually pull staples out of wood, larger to get bigger pipes, hoses. Number one tool that I would recommend to somebody have. My second go-to tool, pliers. These have wire cutters on the teeth right in the middle there, so you can snip and cut pretty heavy duty stuff, and you can also grab the same wire that you cut and snip and twist it and work it. So think garden trellises, chicken coop building, maintenance and repair, working on vehicles. Great tool to have around the house. Crescent wrenches. So these are adjustable and you can use it on a lot of different things, different nuts. I think you need two. I actually think one is good, two is better. So one is none, two is one. But especially when you're working on like your kids' bikes, putting training wheels on and off, you're gonna need two to work on them. Plumbing under the sink in the kitchen, or bathroom repair, or even if you have like a leak in the bathroom, you're gonna need something like this. A measuring tape, and then a pencil and a Sharpie are the next tools I use the most. Everything from measuring the hallway for your new appliance or your dishwasher or your fridge so that you know it can fit into it, into your house, through your doorways, the door jambs, that kind of stuff. I actually take the measuring tape to the store when I buy stuff. So, get your measurements at home, you go to the store, and then you measure what you need while you're there, because that's a big bummer to come home and realize it doesn't fit. Basic drill, plus spare battery, plus a bits kit that has all the different bits that you are going to need. And then you're also going to want a drills kit to drill all sorts of holes that you might want to drill. I also keep a few extra large drill bits. And another thing I think more people should get are the extension bits, so that you can get into the small tight little spaces that you need to get to, that if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to get to if they're just a short little snubby. So I highly recommend getting an extension bit. You're going to need some handheld ones as well, for everything from prying to removing screws by hand. A utility knife is the next tool that everyone should have in their kit, especially one with extra blades that you store inside of it, because you don't want to be caught without them. Work gloves. Leather gloves are nice because you can handle heat, metal, sharp objects. So I'm constantly working with metal, nails, tacks, things like that. Think about like propane tanks, hot pipes, things like that. Car mufflers. You don't want to burn your fingers with that. You need a hammer, but I also recommend using a crowbar, which most people don't keep these around, but I use this for leverage. It's not just for nails, but like think about leveraging under fridges, dryers, washers to get them level. Working with appliances, I actually use this to hang doors as well. You can kind of put it underneath the door and crank up on it and lift it into place to pop it onto the hinge. So I use crowbars for leverage more than actually like nails and screws. A newer tool that I've been using are industrial grade scissors by Milwaukee. Super sharp. They can cut metal, landscaping cloth. I use it for butchering chickens and quails actually. Handy tool. Next tool I use often are metal shears. This is more if you do farmy outdoor work. I use these to cut chicken wire, chicken fencing, and I also use heavy duty wire snips for heavy gauge wire like tinsel. Think about farm fencing, heavy gauge wire. The pliers here, the wide nose pliers with the cutters, these will handle most things. So again, this is probably the best tool to have, but I work with heavy duty stuff and I need a little extra oomph sometimes. So you might need to consider adding these into your kit. Allen keys, I keep metric and English measurements. That's why there's two of them. You're gonna need two because I never know what has what on it. This one is nice. We have like shorts and longs on each. But I use these all the time. I'm sure you guys understand you would use these all the time, putting together furniture, beds, just anything inside and outside the house. Wood saw of some sort. I still like using a hand saw for stuff, but if you have the money for a power saw, you'll need that as well. Sometimes I still need the hand saw for the small little wood cuts that I make. And then you also want a hacksaw, which kind of looks like this, except it's for metal. I don't have it in my kit right now because my neighbor is borrowing it. So, but you want to have a hacksaw to be able to cut metal. So you need a bag that you can actually carry everything with, like a good strap, a good handle, to be able to pick it up, take it to where you need to go to quickly, to put it down quickly, and access everything that you need without having to dig through a pile of stuff, and get it as you need it, put it back, keep it organized, to be able to deploy your bag and your tools quickly, and then to clean up quickly so that you can spend time with the people that you care about. A shout out to my dad. Speaking of people I care about, I would not be who I am if it wasn't for him letting me use all of his tools and teaching me as a young guy how to use his stuff. I know a lot of people aren't as fortunate as I am to have a really good dad, and I'm sure I've lost $1,000 worth of his tools in the backyard, in the grass, playing with it over the years. My kids mess with my stuff all the time too. My wife has been messing up my bag because she's been trying to remodel stuff in the house and do stuff on her own time. Hey, it's worth it. It's good stuff. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm sure a few of you know more about all of this than I do. Please share, show what you know, like, subscribe, and until next time, stay practically prepared for everyday life. I'm Caleb at Farm Boy RN.